So let's start that. So welcome to the Moto Coach Podcast, the first English Moto Coach podcast, maybe the last, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm with my good friend here, Jess Pettis. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Yeah, nice to come check out the fresh new studio you have here.
You like it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
We got a Jess Pettis jersey over there.
Yeah.
We're supporting.
Do you know where I got that?
From the man himself?
No, I did not.
No, I don't know.
No, I did not stole it in your van. You remember when we were at the Matthias party? And it was still on the table when the party was over. I think you had 2 sets there.
Yeah. I brought a couple sets that night.
Yeah, and they only draw one.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, me and Jessica were pretty
Had a couple beers.
Yeah, we had a couple ones.
We should steal that.
Yeah,
thing.
and that's exactly what we do. Hey, we steal it, and we took it home. And I even had the pants. So if I wanna, I just need a helmet, and I'm you.
There you go. Or you could just put the pants on and ride with them this summer.
Yeah, I think I'll do it.
Nice.
Just to look factory.
Yeah.
And no, I don't have the same talent as you, so won't make it.
If you don't have the talent, you gotta at least dress up and just act like it.
Yeah, maybe I'll look fast.
Yeah.
That's better than nothing, you know. So we have you here because now it's winter time. We have some time off, and I think you're going to the south pretty soon.
Yep, you bet. We're kind of packing up here this week, heading down to Florida. So it's been obviously a long winter, snowy, cold. Ready to get out of the cold and get back on the moto, get back to grinding.
Yeah, not that snowy though.
No, not too much snow, but just enough to keep you off the bike and ride a little snow cross, trying to keep busy, do some off training. And honestly, we've been pretty lucky here in Quebec. And yeah, who knows? Maybe the tracks will open up pretty early in the spring.
Yeah, I feel like you took a good off season, to rest, and now you're ready for the grind.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously the off season here in Canada is much different than the guys in the US. And for me, I've done a lot of the Supercross, so this is one of the first years kind of where I haven't been at least prepping or trying for Supercross or that mindset of some kind. So from I guess mid-October, November, all the way till now, it's a long off season. So trying to keep the mind fresh and not go down south too early and just ride and train and then get in a rut, So always got to stay motivated and head down there and hammer down and be fully motivated for the season.
Yeah, and like I was talking with Dylan when you went on the pod, it's kind of a luxury you guys have to kind of be able to rest during the winter. Because if you look at the guys in the US, they are always on the grind. They have 2 weeks off during the two off weeks, and it's all.
Yeah, it's crazy what those guys have going down there, and then versus what we have. At times I feel it'd be cool to have that middle part. A little more racing for us in Canada. Obviously those guys are wide open almost all year, no rest. So I'm sure they wish they had a bit of what we have, and vice versa. So
yeah, because they obviously have much more racing, but here it's I think this year it's gonna be only 7 rounds, so it's not a lot.
No, it's not. And I mean, yeah, for myself, 7 weekends is nothing and myself and Dylan and the top pros, we work hard and grind all that off season for say 3-4 months of prep, and then to go racing for 7 weekends, it's over before you know it. And then it's just a lot of build up to it. So we always I always try to fit in all the Challenge Quebec races on every off weekend. I went and hit those and make some side cash and just keeping some more gate drops. And for myself this year, I want to go back down to the US and do some more AMA National, Budds Creek, Ironman, maybe 3-4 of those that kind of just try and slot in and see where we stack up. I did one of those last year and want to continue that.
Yeah, you did not so bad last year in the US, but it's cool. It's cool to have you in Quebec racing the Challenge Quebec. We have a pretty there's some tough competition when you are there, and with Kevin and Dylan did not race, but I think he'd like to do it this year. And you have also Natsuki, which is your new teammate, but it's not what you guys are looking to do. You want to race at the top level, and also when you are not doing the national, you have only 7 rounds. So if you got a bike issue or something like that, you kind of fuck.
Yeah, for sure. So I honestly, I love the Challenge Quebec stuff. Like the tracks in Quebec are amazing. Some of the most world-class tracks, honestly. So, yeah, any off weekend we get, I'm just like, I'm all in. Let's do it. And it's fun, you know, you bring the trailer, the family, everyone, like they're all there, local race vibes. But, and it goes down pretty good. Like they have the super final, which it's only part like in the country where they do that thing, but basically put a bunch of money on the line. Final race of the day. Fastest guy has to start last, slowest guy up front. And man,
You like it or?
personally, like I like the money. Yeah, when I win and it's good. It's like a 15-minute moto max maybe, and there is some not so fast guys that start up front, and you give them $1,000 or $1,500, they will put their life on the line.
Yeah.
So like that's sketchy, you know. Like usually when you're lapping a slower guy, they're slow, like they move over and they're tired, but no, they're tired, going for it, trying to hold you off, cross jump you, and you're like, man, I gotta go like battle for a championship next weekend, back to our nationals.
But,
so.
yeah, but they like the money, you know, and like you said, like it's time to shine sometimes.
Yeah.
When you like the slower guy, and you start up the back, so you wanna showcase what you can do, but you have like you that's trying to get the money on the cash. And you said like 15 minutes moto, but I think it's like 8 or 10. It's pretty. Yeah. Like this summer, it was pretty fast.
Yeah. No, it's cool though. I mean, I think it's a good thing they have going, and they get a better and better turnout, I think, every year. And now my teammate Josiah Natsky, he's going to be kind of a Quebec resident, I guess, and myself, KB, maybe if Dylan does them, and it's like Nationals 2.0.
Yeah, we'll have like a Quebec Nationals every weekend.
Yeah.
But and speaking of national, we talk about like the track we are at right now, which is Saint-Julie. Would you like a national here?
Of course, yeah, it's one of the best. I mean, I'm not biased or anything, but no, it's a lovely track. Obviously, it was back on the series back in the day, before I went pro, and I watched a lot of videos, and to be able to kind of spend the last 2-3 years here riding it as my daily track, thanks to you and Jessica for hooking it up. It's world class, one of the coolest tracks, and I always tell the series or people that always ask me, like, man, it would be so cool. And I think if they ever have another national in Quebec, it's definitely on the top.
Yeah, and I think it's like we try to have it for sure. And I spoke with the Thompson last year and this year, and like it's on their side, you know. We agreed to, and we were like, let's do it. But I think it's like maybe the sponsorship thing that they got going on. I don't know. Like some people say different things, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously hard to make everyone happy. Like being an owner of a track, I'm sure you guys see that, and you know, you make the pros really happy, and you till it deep and prep it. It's gonna get a little bit muddy, and it's gonna shape up good and have ruts and be amazing. But then you're gonna have a lot of beginners and guys that struggle and they complain, you know. So it's like trying to find that fine line. But
yeah, especially here, it's always like this. Like some people love it and some people hate it. Yeah. Whether it's like baked or ruddy.
Yeah, but you can't expect to have a pristine track, top conditions, and then stay like this throughout the whole day when it's sunny, windy, whatever. So obviously you guys have the farm equipment, farmers at heart, and know how to rip it and till a track, and that's what has to be done for it to remain good. So yeah, I think you're never going to make everyone happy, but I have definitely rode this place on some amazing days, and I'll just go back and look at some videos or something, because it just, yeah, it's dreamy.
Yeah, sometimes we get some naughty ruts and we're like filming like the ruts like 5 times in a row, like, oh, that's crazy.
Me and Remy were out here Tuesday afternoon, just perfect conditions. I'm like, man, I wish we could share this track with like 100 people right now.
Yeah, I
like,
wish.
Oh,
yeah, I wish. And speaking of like farmers and stuff, where you come from? You once told me you lived like on a farm, and because you come from BC, now you live in Quebec. So like, what was like your life in BC?
Yeah, I moved basically from one coast to the other, pretty dang far away. But yeah, I came from Prince George, British Columbia, way the hell out there. No one really knows where it's at. Northern BC. So yeah, I grew up kind of in the country, just riding dirt bikes, being a country kid, hunting, fishing, side by sides, just all the fun stuff. So, and
I think like BC, it's more like off-road stuff and snowmobile, like backcountry snowmobiling.
Yeah,
like not much of a motocross vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of grew up riding during the week, and then yeah, on the weekends we would go do other stuff. I'd go hunting or go to the lake, and man, just like country stuff. Obviously, a lot of snowmobiling in the winter. We have a really lengthy winter out there, so kind of for 6 months, I would almost just go up in the mountains, ride my snowmobile, and enjoy that. And then the racing part of it was really tough, honestly. And now looking back, it's crazy that my family sacrificed so much, and just to the extent of the road trips and all this stuff that they did, and never second question it. Where I grew up was about 7 hours north of Vancouver, and we would drive 5-6 hours on a weekly basis just to go practice for a day in Kamloops, where there was a good track that provided like water systems, and we would travel down to Vancouver almost every weekend of the winter time to do the Arena Cross series, and travel all the way back Sunday afternoon so my parents could be back to work by Monday, work Monday to Thursday, do it over like weekend after weekend. And it was normal to me. I'm just a young kid, and like obviously I appreciated it so much.
That's all you knew.
That's all I knew. And now I travel like, I'm like, dang, my parents, like, I travel all the time, like, because it's nothing. I'll drive to Issoudun or Deschambault for a day of practice, come home, do the gym, and do that 2-3 times per week. But I think that's just growing up where I did, middle of nowhere, and you just make those sacrifices.
Yeah, and like you said, like I thought you were like more down south or close to some tracks, because you had a track at your house, I think.
Yeah. I had a privilege of we grew up in the country, and then maybe 2-3 kilometers away we had a good family friend. He owned a huge farm, and yeah, I would go over there. We did all our hunting and all our fun activities over there. And one day he's like, hey man, if you want to build a track, you can. Help yourself, your land is our land. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I took full advantage. Learned how to run a dozer at the age of like probably 12 or 13. Could barely touch the pedals probably. And yeah, I built myself a track. I had a full outdoor national track, supercross track, invested in a water truck. It was right by a little lake, tractor, disc, like we went all in. Obviously not the best of the best equipment, but just enough to make it happen. And yeah, kind of provided myself a good little platform to do all my training out of, and at least stay a little bit more local. But that's why I appreciate the tracks nowadays too, I feel, because
you can see like all the work there is behind it,
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I'd be out there on a Monday night till 10:30 at night, like trying to get the water into the track so I could ride the next day. Once the sun was down, we'd hit it with water and get it all dialed, show up the next morning at like 8 a.m., try to hit the track and do my motos before the sun. And
yeah,
I show up and do my first lap, and I'm like, man, it's dust. Like I did like 8 hours of work for nothing.
Yeah, kind of like what we do here when we ride. Sometimes it's like, hey, it's 8 o'clock and like the track is prime, and you came like at 1 p.m. and it's all like it's baked.
Yeah,
it's all unrideable. But.
Yeah, exactly, and especially when you're working with a hard pack track, like there's a lot less room for air there. So, yeah, there's people that bitch about tracks, and like if they were to give you a hard time, I'm like, man, you guys go build and prep a track for one day, and you'll forever just pay your $20 and go ride and go home.
But they all know how to do it better than us,
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, and what about like the snowmobiling parts? Obviously, like you're in BC, it's the place people from Quebec, they go there to ride. Like they travel Canada like for just a week back and forth just to ride those mountains and stuff. Like, were you pretty good at it? Like, would you like do a career out of it? Maybe it would be easier than doing motocross in Canada.
For sure. When you have like 6-7 feet of powder and you can jump off the sled and stand right back up, it's easier on the body. No, I really enjoyed it, and I was really into it. I would go like 5-6 days a week. At times, like it's an hour drive out into the middle of the mountains, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'd find like a couple of friends, and they had a Christmas vacation, and we would just hit it hard. And yeah, it's really cool. I think anyone that gets the experience to go snowmobile in the mountains, it's unbelievable. Not many people get to experience that, and yeah, I think at one point I actually enjoyed it, maybe even more than moto.
Well, it's definitely like a different vibes, because you're just like chilling. And I was speaking with Max, and like we do the snow cross prep and all the thing, and it's a grind, and like like parts break and stuff. So I was like you know what? Next year let's do like like backcountry riding. You know,
Yeah,
it'll be way much more fun and easier.
for sure. I think we have out in the Chic-Choc Mountains out here in Quebec. I haven't been, but I'd like to go check it out sometime. We'll have to put that on the schedule next year. And
Yeah, I think it's one of the best places in Quebec, but it's like it's in Gaspésie, so maybe quite a drive too, you know. But when you did like 7 hour back and forth to the track when you were young, it's nothing.
Yeah, just another day in life. Yeah.
For sure. And then like when you grew, you are doing all this stuff, and when you were amateur, were you like already fast, or were you like average, or?
Yeah, I think I was just riding and practicing out of the love of it, of dirt bikes, really. And it never was like came super easy. I think I enjoyed it so much. I'd do it all week, like 5-6 days a week. And I was really consistent on that. And then as my parents would invest more money, I took it very serious. And the only way I could pay them back was really just put in the effort. Could never pay them back in a financial way as a kid. So yeah, I just took it very serious and always put my best effort. Still to this day, I never have quit one single moto, never gave up.
Like you're enjoying the grind.
Yeah, I embraced the grind. And yeah, my dad would hire trainers a lot, and I'd be a young kid, and just the nutrition part and everything I was really into. And if they put any money, I was like not going to waste that money. So that was big to me, and just always to put my best effort. I wouldn't say every result was great, and I was never always the best of the best and winning everything. But yeah, just always put a good effort. And then I think when I first kind of turned pro, I was right around 15, 16 years old, and I got on the factory Kawasaki team. And from there, my career was kind of a big unknown, I would say. I had a lot of hype around me. I was the kid, I guess, or one of them in Canada to perform a factory team, the best bikes, the Monster Energy helmet, like all the stuff you have to live up to, you know. And I was plagued with a lot of injuries, and probably a couple people around me that maybe didn't have my best interest, and just wanted me basically at the top right now. And it takes
no matter what.
Yeah, it takes a process, you know. Like you have to build, and you have to build strength and maturity and the speed and everything, and that doesn't happen overnight. So yeah, I had a few rough years for sure, like turning pro, and maybe my first 2-3 years of pro were very difficult.
Okay, because you were with you said with the Kawasaki at first, and then you went to Yamaha.
Yeah. So I started out on the factory like Kawasaki team, and did like my rookie season. I ended up breaking my wrist really bad at the first round, first moto. So yeah, that was not great. And then came back. I think Deschambault was actually basically my debut. Like
Okay.
I guess my first full national was Deschambault. I went maybe like 8-8 on the day, and then did Walton after that, top 10. So it was okay, but it was like a two round year for me, really. And then from there, the team wanted to re-sign me for another year. They were happy. I was a BC kid. They were from BC, the team. And we kind of just went our other way.
And that was a MX 101?
No, so
No,
that
101 is Ontario.
Yeah, so MX 101 was a few years after that, actually. So after Kawasaki, my dad, he basically is like, hey, I think we should do our own thing, have control of our own program, do our own suspension, and like basically.
And who was your trainer when you were this young? Were you training like other pros and known people, and maybe in the US?
Yeah, I had a personal kind of trainer, like local pro of Prince George, and he raced professional snowcross for the factory Yamaha team. His name was Steve Taylor, and he was a huge inspiration for me and like guided me kind of in the right direction all the way until I was pro. And then from there, I kind of jumped around a bit with trainers, and the first couple of years I kind of did my own thing. And then, yeah, into basically my first full year of pro, I'd say was 2015, I believe. I mean, on paper, it was my second year, but yeah, first full season, I went full privateer. My family was all behind me. We drove the motorhome from West Coast to East Coast every round. And yeah, 2 Yamahas. We went and bought them from the dealership, did our own suspension. And I had some really good results. Kind of put my name on the like radar, and from there, MX 101 picked me up in that next off season, which was a kind of upward trend for me from there.
And was it like easy for you to just to like to get up, go to the gym, and do the less fun work than the riding? Because you love to ride, obviously, but like all the stuff behind it, like eating, you said you were pretty good at that, but like going to the gym and stuff, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I always embraced it and I enjoyed it, but to a certain degree. I would say one of my first years pro, I was down in California, and I was on a program that was unbelievable. Like, I was training so hard, eating perfect amount of sleep, like didn't cut any corners, didn't eat a cookie, didn't like nothing, you know? And I struggled that season. Like I still would get tired. I would be like halfway through a moto, and it just like, I thought like I still had to train harder at this point. I'm like, man, I'm not sure it's really for me at that point, you know? And I think at that point I figured like I found out a little bit of like burnout kind of with my body.
Okay.
And just like overtraining. At the time, I'm young and dumb and didn't know any different. So from there, like, there's more to training than just putting your head down and just going as hard as you can. Yeah,
because the first thing you got to enjoy it. Like, why did you do motorbike for at the first place? Was to have fun, you know? And I think that's like the new way of thinking things when you listen like to bakers and stuff and guy getting burned out, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I think like Jet Lawrence and some of these younger kids like coming in, they show that aspect of more fun. You got to work hard for sure, and you know, have to be on a program and be consistent with that. But man, we're riding dirt bikes. It's fun, and if you do all this training and you have no fun, and then you don't have a good result, or you get injured or something, then what else do you have? So I think overall, just got to keep it light, fun, put in the work, and trust the process from there.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, you know, people like in Ontario, Quebec, and like Eastern Canada, they go in during the winter, they go down south to Florida to ride in Carolinas. But like, do the people in like BC and Alberta, they go down south to California? Is it like as common as here, or?
Yeah, a lot of people go down to California for sure. Yeah, it's a far drive from where I came from. It's about 30 hours to go to California. But I'd say most people in the west coast of Canada, they're Kelowna, Kamloops, Vancouver, it's maybe 20-hour drive. So everyone will go down there. Maybe not for a long time, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, but yeah, that's the spot.
That's okay, kind of like here. And you spoke about your injuries and stuff, and I know you got like more than you deserve, maybe. You have some bad lucks and with your knees and stuff. So how did that play in your early days?
Yeah, obviously I've had a rough go at it, but man, with every injury you have a story, I guess. So no, it's the downside of the sport for sure, but just kind of push through all those. And I've had a couple of rough years really where I think a lot of people would maybe have second question myself, or just the comeback, or like, what the heck you doing that for still? But I mean, it's a love that when it's in you, it's hard to get out of. And yeah, I treat it as, unfortunately, when I have been injured, I just kind of flip my role for a bit, and now I'm not a motocross racer. Like, I have to learn how to rehab, and that's my job. I'm still getting paid, so I guess my job for now is to go to the gym, therapy, stretching, whatever it is. Like, I shift my focus and spend 6, 7, 8 hours a day to try and heal up that part of my body.
Yeah, you kind of treat it like it's like you said, like it's a job, and to do it well. But like, when did it first happen for your knees? And like, was it like Yamaha days or later?
I had a couple injuries on Yamaha days. I broke my arm really bad in a arena cross race. That one was bad. It still kind of plagues me to this day a little bit. And
I think you told me you have like a foot that's shorter than
yeah. We got a short foot going on here. Yeah, I broke my foot actually. Yeah, I was back on a Super Mini. I was pretty young back then. Broke my foot pretty bad, and obviously still had some growing to do. So that one kind of stopped growing. Yeah, so my one boot is a little tight, one's a little loose.
Yeah, so you basically would need like 2 size boots. Like we went to the climbing gym the other time, and
Yeah,
we were
man,
like
it
trying
hurt.
different shoes.
Yeah. Sometimes we got to go with a 9.5. It's a little in the middle.
That's
Yeah.
kind of funny when you think about it.
Yeah. It's funny. Some people are like, "Oh my God, that's weird." But yeah. And then I had a couple of injuries on the KTM days too, where it's been a bit of a rough go, but always seem to bounce back. I've broken a couple collarbones, 2 knee reconstruction. Yeah, 2021 was rough. That year, I think if I made it through that year, then we're doing pretty good. I ended up starting out the season. I was training down at Alden Baker's for Supercross down in November time. Ended up breaking my wrist, so healed up from that. And at that point, I had to fly out to California to shift my focus. I was gonna do the East Coast instead of the West Coast, and all the boys were out there. So started back riding, had another crash on Supercross, and punctured my lung really bad, and broke some ribs, broke my collarbone. But I was in the hospital maybe 4 or 5 days there. Couldn't breathe, had a tube in the side of me like to help me breathe there, and that was really scary. Healed up from that one. I was like, hey, Supercross is put on hold. We're going to heal up 100% and come in for Canadian Outdoors healthy. And then another couple weeks back on the bike, crashed at Glen Helen, broke my wrist really bad. So kind of reset again. It was like 3 big injuries within 3-4 months. And at that point, I didn't know if I could make the Canadian season even. So,
do you think it was just like bad lucks, or you was just pushing it too much, trying to do good and to like bounce back more than you were actually ready to do?
I think a part of it was almost coming back a little bit too early from some of the injuries. And as soon as I get maybe a green light, I'm like, hey, I can ride. You know, the doctor says it's healed.
Like,
now
enough.
Yeah, I was like, I always wanted to make that next thing, like, okay, I can't make West Coast Supercross, but maybe I can make East Coast. So, like, boom, right back at it too quick. And then the one in California with my wrist was just a small little crash, but yeah, my wrist got broken pretty bad, and then ended up having to spend like $20,000 on a surgery in San Diego because they didn't want to do it in Canada, and if they were going to do it, I would miss the Canadian outdoor season, and what's the point to get a surgery if I'm, going to miss half the season? So we have to do it now. Like tomorrow, we're doing it. We're all like, pay the money. I paid like 20 grand and got my wrist fixed. 5 weeks till the day was the first round from my surgery. And so basically, didn't ride for 5 weeks, rode 1 or 2 days before round 1. Went and raced. I think I got 3rd, which was okay considering it wasn't my best race. But and then round 2, I crashed and broke my elbow really bad. So I did 1 race for all of 2021.
Yeah, you broke your elbow at Drumheller.
Yeah,
it's like a concrete pad.
Yeah, I think we could have put like a couple cones out on the main highway here and got about the same type of traction out there.
And there was a track. Yeah, there's your track.
Yeah.
And you said you were training at Alden Baker. We hear a lot of things like good and bad about it. And I think he's still one of the best trainers out there. What was your experience there?
Yeah, it was amazing. Honestly, when I first got the call to go over there, kind of look up to those guys, like
it's kind of the place like you look up to, like you said, it's like the top place you can train for motocross in America.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of expectations to come out of there, but obviously when the Dungies and the Carmichaels and Villapotos and Cincerellos and all these guys have trained there, it's like, well, they're doing something right, so let's go. It's going to be hard work, but I'm all in. Let's do it. And honestly, I made a lot of friends over there. They're great people, and I kind of slotted right in really good. I went there for 2 winters. The first one I was there, I'd say 3-4 months, and ended up having a great time. And Alden is a great guy. A lot of people are like, oh, he's so harsh, he's hardcore, like, don't piss off Alden, But honestly, I always respected him. I said, yes, sir, right away. Like, I always did the work, left everything clean. I didn't want to give a reason for anyone to bitch. And we have a great relationship, and I think I'm welcome back there almost any time. I go back and ride there, in the winter. Last year I went, and
Yeah, like not on the full program, but you went there like to train a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I'm sure I could hit him up right now. But hey, Alden, yo mate, I'm in the area. Can I come ride for the week? And yeah, come on by. Yeah, like so. I think it's good. Just we left on good terms. Yeah, I think it raised my level of fitness and the stuff I learned and how that whole program is run. The place is unbelievable. Like he's so passionate about the property, and if you ride your dirt bike on the grass or anything, man, he's like super picky. But
Kind of like Dan Thibault from Deschambault.
probably worse, like if you are on the track, the supercross track, and you go off the side of the track, you get sketchy by accident. You go off, well, you got to go take a shovel, you got to go groom the track, like it doesn't matter. Like Marvin Muscan was bad for that. I think he would always like get very close, hit the low lines on the finish line, and like hit the yellow markers. He's like, hey, that's a hay bale at a race. If you do that, you're gonna crash. You better go fix that. Like,
Yeah.
But you got to keep yourself accountable, and like you got to respect the guy. Like he's putting millions of dollars into this place, and it's beautiful. He's passionate about it. It's like his little baby, man. Like the lawn is perfect, the tracks are perfect, the buildings are perfect. You could eat off the shop floor, So why shouldn't we have to be perfect too? Is how he explains it.
Yeah.
You athletes should be clean, fit, cut hair, eat healthy, don't leave a mess. Your vehicle should be clean. It's super professional.
Yeah, he has a like kind of his way of doing it, but I think it's cool to be in this kind of environment just to learn it, and when you go, you get it maybe like for a couple months, and when you get out of it, I'm pretty sure you learn from it at a certain point.
Yeah, exactly, and that's kind of what I did. I was there for a while, and I think the program is probably pretty heavy for a lot of people. They're full time, all winter, all summer, in the heat. Like for me, I mean, I was there, for the Supercross season, so it was a little bit different, but I had a great time.
And being with KTM, do they still have a bind with Alan Baker? Because I think like with KTM in the USA, it is like they have a deal going on.
Yeah, they still do, and Husqvarna as well. And yeah, I'm not really too sure. I'm not really sure what's going on there now. I think they still have that connection. Obviously, there's not like a lot of Yamahas or Hondas or something over there in that program. But yeah, not sure, because I know Chase and Tom Viala and a couple people are not training there this year. So I think they're a little more free on where they can go, what they can do. But
yeah, I think they have more option that maybe they had like 5 years ago,
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's one of the things like, hey, you can do that program if you're winning and it's working. We don't ask questions, but if for some reason you're getting tired or you're not winning, you're not giving us the results you want, then you're back at Alden's. You're under their control. You're under their eye, and you better get back later.
Yeah, it's the boot camp.
Yeah, it's the boot camp.
That's pretty cool. And about like training and all this stuff, what's it like during the winter for you?
Yeah, it's I just got asked this question the other day, and this year is a little bit different than I'd say the previous couple of years, because obviously I would be either doing Supercross or rehabbing an injury, whether it's my elbow or a knee or something. I usually try and get the body fixed up in the off season or like wherever we're at with that. Then
yeah, but you had a great 23 season.
Yeah,
like you were healthy, you did not hurt yourself. Like,
yeah. We're healthy. Haven't had any injuries, and the body's feeling good. So it's a little different for that this off season, but just trying to keeping busy and keeping the fitness, but not overtraining. And again, I don't want to be burnout before we even start going again. So that fine line, and just busy with some life stuff and stuff going on like that. Yeah,
and what's it like your typical week of training, like as you do now? I think you go to the gym pretty much every day.
Yeah, we go to the gym lots, and then just a lot of indoor cycling, running, trying to mix in some fun with snowboarding and stuff like this. And honestly, I'm ready to go down south, because you can only do that for so long. And we're looking forward to get down there and get back in the warm weather.
And where are you going?
Going down to GPF, so Georgia Practice Facility. I'm going to go down there, train with Josiah Natsky and KB. So, we're going to be a team, kind of all working together for the first month. And then the second month, we'll either stay there or go to Club MX. We're not too sure yet. We're going to see where we're at, how the tracks. we want to get some good raw speed before we come back up to Canada too. So I know Club MX, they always got a good program going there.
Yeah, they got
fast guys.
Yeah, they have like you were talking about like Baker and all this the clean floors and all this stuff, and I think I never went to Baker actually, but like I went to Club and it's pretty neat. Like, it's all clean and all this shit, like it's top notch.
Yeah, so I think I would like to go check it out, ride those tracks, see what it's like. So we'll see. I think we're gonna be down there for like 2 full months, and then by the time we come back up to Canada, it's last month of May, and then go time.
Yeah, and you'll be riding like you said with Josiah Natsky. It was your, he was doing 250 last year, but like you raced against him like in Quebec.
Yeah.
And stuff, and new to the team also is Eve Brodeur. Like it's gonna be like the first woman to have a factory place like for 2020. So how you see it?
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I always forget that Ev's a part of the not a part of the program, but like yeah, no, it's so cool, and I think it's cool for the team to have a 250 guy, a couple of 450s, and a woman. Like they hit it on all ends, and
yeah. And we had Eve here last Friday, and her bike would be under the KTM tents like a legit deal.
Yeah,
not like just side support, So I think that's pretty cool, and like other teams should do it as well.
For sure. Yeah, no, I agree. It used to be like that back in the day. I think every team, it was a requirement maybe that they had to have a woman on the team, or if not, a lot of them did. So I think it's great for Ev. She deserves a spot 100%. And obviously KTM loves to have the number 1 on the bike. So she's been running that thing for, God, I don't know, 10 years now.
Yeah, she has.
What is she, 10-time champ?
10-time champ, yeah.
10 years straight.
Yeah, not 10 years, because I think there's like west and east stuff, Yeah. But like it's pretty impressive, and all this with her studies and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good life example for like young women.
I can't do that. Yeah. I try to go to French class and do some studying, and
yeah, that's the second thing we need to talk about, like
bonjour.
Like yeah, like Dylan, like he learned the French pretty good, but he lived in Ontario, and like he had like friends, and he always heard French speaking around him, and you did not. And you think you could like speak French as well as he do here?
We'll see. I think he grew up near like kind of near Gatineau area, where like a lot of French was there too.
He went to French school.
Yeah, he went to French school.
Yeah, when he was young.
Yeah, I wish I did. I went in grade 8 French, so it was only mandatory for 1 semester of school, and even that, my teacher was like, or my counselor, she's like, oh, you don't have to do this. You can, like, because I was going to Texas at the time for training, and she's like, you can drop that class and take whatever else. I'm like, I don't see myself ever needing this. Like,
you did not see yourself like living in Quebec a couple years later?
No, not at all. I didn't even know where Quebec was at the time. Now here I am, full-time living in Quebec, trying to understand, trying to fight some people when they get mad at me because I don't understand.
Does that happen sometimes?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, there's a girl at Canadian Tire that, I told her some bad words. She was really mean though. Yeah, she told me, she said, in Quebec we speak French, and if you don't like it, you should leave. If you're gonna be here, you need to speak our language. Yeah. And I'm like, can I just get my my tools that I was here for? What aisle can I find those in, ma'am?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And you like it here, or how it's like the difference between BC, because it's the same country, but like you said, it's pretty far away.
Yeah, I love it, honestly. No, it's really enjoyable. The language is a little bit difficult for me at times, but
it's difficult for us.
Yeah. Yeah, like how you guys count in French is beyond me. I can count to like 40, and that's about it. But like bad. 80 is like 40, 20, 10.
Yeah, in English it sounds weird.
Yeah, like beyond me.
But if you do it like up to 100, I think you're good for all the rest.
Yeah, as long as I can count my age, so I'm good. No, it's good. I really love Quebec. Like, they have some mountains, the mountain biking, the nature, the lakes.
Yeah, maybe not near here.
Bromont, it's not too far.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Yeah. So no, it's not bad. Being from BC, we have a lot of mountains, lakes, rivers. Other than that, like it's pretty equivalent on that end. Maybe not to that degree, but no, it's good and it's enjoyable. The dirt biking out here is next level compared to BC, which it's my job. It's what I do 90% of the time. So I think that's important for me, and the people are cool. My fiance's here. I got some friends now.
Yeah,
we're all good.
Yeah, and like I went to Vancouver for the first time last year, and it was just at the airport to go to Bangkok, anyways. And like the mountains there and all this, like that was so beautiful. And you don't have that here, especially in near Montreal. But when you go to like Saguenay and maybe Gaspésie, there's some pretty nice place, but like the mountains of BC are pretty incredible. Yeah,
definitely incredible and fun for some activities for sure. But I think, yeah, mostly for the eye, like it's beautiful. But like for example, in Canmore and like some of these beautiful places in Alberta, you can't do that much in them, you know, because it's like so rocky and so steep that it's too steep to mountain bike, too steep to hike almost. You know, we could do some rock climbing there, but
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of like cross country biking and like enduro stuff.
Yeah. No, BC is amazing, and the off road out there is huge, and that's actually a big difference versus out in Quebec. Like, you got to drive a couple hours to go ride like a trail somewhere, and you got to have passes, and like it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
even to go side by side, like there's no freedom for that. You have to register your side-by-side and like all that. And like where I grew up in BC, we open the garage, go for like 3-4 hours, endless trails, no pass, no like just dirt trails everywhere.
Yeah, especially here, it's like you have to have a pass, and sometimes you need to pre-register online to go hike the mountain.
Yeah,
because there's too many people, so that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, there's just little things like that. Yeah, exactly. Like I'll go hike the mountain and I get stopped and like, hey sir, it's $10 to hike here. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like we're out here getting exercise.
Yeah, and that's like a mountain that you don't own the mountain.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, the government, they're making money anywhere they can though.
Yeah, for sure. And so let's take a quick break and then I think we'll be back. Technicam est un savon dégraisseur ultra puissant produit au Québec dans la région de Chaudière-Appalaches depuis plus de 25 ans. Leur DPH 110 est un concentré qui convient à 1001 applications du secteur industriel jusqu'à vos joints céramiques et bien sûr tout en passant par vos motos et VTT. Technicam est offert dans plus de 100 points de service que vous pourrez trouver sur le www.produittechnicam.com. De plus, le site contient aussi un guide complet pour le ratio de concentration selon votre utilisation et une foule de modes d'emploi pour différentes situations. Technicam est un produit de qualité industrielle pour venir à bout de chaque saleté.
Que vous soyez à la recherche de la plus belle piste de motocross au Québec ou d'un guide qualifié pour votre expédition de motoneige, motocoach.ca, c'est la référence. C'est la plateforme pour trouver la perle rare qui amènera votre pilotage au prochain niveau ou encore un circuit à visiter la prochaine saison. Coach, guide, circuit, événements, motocoach.ca, c'est tout ça. Et c'est aussi une section blog pour répondre à toutes vos questions et faire la revue des nouvelles technologies. C'est en plus un balado animé par des passionnés et créé dans le but de vous informer et de rendre les sports motorisés plus accessibles que jamais.
Tu trouves que ton bike tire pas assez? D-Spec Motorsport est la réponse pour vos besoins de performance en route. Pour une reconstruction complète, des ajouts de performance ou de la personnalisation, ils ont ce qu'il faut pour mener votre projet à terme. D-Spec vous donne accès au niveau de performance des pilotes Factory avec des services tels que la programmation de CU et l'analyse de données. Spécialisé dans le motocross, l'enduro et le snowbike, David est le mieux placé pour vous conseiller dans l'achat de pièces et accessoires de performance. D-Spec Motorsport, la passion au service de vos intérêts.
Pendant longtemps, l'initiation au motocross et au vélo pour les enfants, c'était rock'n'roll. On embarque sur le bike et on se croise les doigts que ça va bien aller. Maintenant, la popularité grandissante des vélos d'équilibre permet aux jeunes de se familiariser avec le deux roues. Ça leur permet une transition en douceur vers les stasics puis les motocross. Balancebike.ca, c'est le spécialiste incontesté du domaine qui vous offre les solutions adaptées à l'âge de vos enfants. Avec les traditionnels striders et les modèles électriques offerts par Stasic allant de 12 à 20 pouces, vos jeunes pourront progresser sans bruit, sans déranger les voisins. Balancebike.ca, c'est une entreprise du Québec qui offre le transport sans frais sur tout achat de vélo partout au Canada.
Cobra Moto Québec est importateur des motos Cobra Motorcycle USA depuis plus de 10 ans. Les motos Cobra sont fabriquées aux États-Unis et conçues dans l'unique but de rouler à l'avant. De plus, Cobra Moto Québec possède un grand inventaire de pièces d'origine prêts pour la livraison et des revendeurs pour assurer un service partout au Québec. Que vous soyez prêt pour la prochaine étape avec le CX50 Junior ou à la recherche de l'arme ultime en 65cc avec le CX65, CMQ a ce qu'il vous faut. Cobra Moto Québec peut aussi répondre à tous vos besoins en pièces de moto, motoneige et VTT de toutes marques avec nos différents fournisseurs. Avec l'addition de la ligne Silver Turbo, CMQ vous offre maintenant une solution pour vos besoins de programmation, échappement, kit turbo pour motoneige, côte à côte, moto custom et plus encore. Cobra Moto Québec, c'est tout pour les jeunes talents et leurs parents.
We're back, and I forgot to mention at the start of the show, but I would like to thank all the sponsors. So a huge thank to, of course, motocoach.ca for every tracks and trainers near in Quebec, and also I'd like to thank D-Spec Motorsport. He do ECU tunings, modification. He's specialized on dirt bike stuff, and he's actually a new mechanic at KTM's.
Yep, new KTM mechanic. David's a cool dude.
Yeah,
He's
got
smart.
to hang out with him a bit. Or?
Yeah, we went and rode some electric dirt bikes.
Talarios.
Yeah, and no, he's cool. He seems very knowledgeable. I think good addition to the KTM program.
Yeah,
he's gonna work with Josiah and yeah,
and also helping with the engine stuff and all.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly his duties there, but yeah,
because he still has his shop where he do like his customers thing, but like he won't be selling part that much. Mostly like just building bikes, like kind of the twisted development of Quebec.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
like that.
Yeah, he's got his dyno, and I've never actually been to his shop, but I heard from a lot of people that he's the guy in Quebec. I have some friends that he rebuilds their bikes, goes through them, freshens them up. They order parts from him. He's got his dyno. He's got a good little program.
Yeah, and he's building like he has a new shop and doing like a legit dyno with all like twin walls insulated and stuff. So he's building like a pretty good thing there, and getting known for the good reason as well. He was on the PRMX team last year, and now he's helping with KTM here. Also, thanks to Lagabia, with I got my Tameya here, 7% alcohol beer. So that's to help my English. I guess it's not working so good, and I'm just kidding. And also a huge thanks to Technicam. So if you know Technicam, what is it?
No,
it's a soap. It's like to wash the bike.
Okay.
So it's super strong. You gotta you mix it with water and you spray it on your bike, and it goes like a new bike.
Sparkly clean.
Yeah, sparkly clean. No, nothing to do.
You need
Just
that.
rinse
You
it,
need
yeah.
that thing because I seen your bike this summer.
Yeah, I'm not the best
No.
at keeping my shits clean. And also huge thank to Cobra Moto Quebec. If you want some Cobra racing bikes, I'm the guy. So I showed you some cool shit in the shop.
Yeah, you got some stuff going on.
Yeah, some private stuff. So no, I'm pretty happy with what's going on, and I just sold the bike to this arm, and I'll have a 65 go, like I'll receive a 65 soon, and a junior soon. So if anybody is looking for Cobra parts, Cobra bikes, and support for the race and stuff, you can hit me at cobramotoquebec.com. So we're back with Jess. So Jess, we were talking like supercross. You did motocross, of course, snowmobiling. What about snowcross?
Yeah, I did a little bit of that too. I've never done it in my life. You know, it's not really a West Coast thing, and I always knew in Ontario and Quebec you guys did that stuff, but I always thought it was cool. And I had the opportunity last year. Actually, I came out here.
Yeah, you came out here, and it was like the craziest day ever. Like the snow was crazy, like it was like big pow.
Yeah, I was that princess that's just never experienced it. Came on the best day, sled given to me to ride for the day, and yeah, I was a goon at the beginning.
Yeah, but you catch it pretty fast.
Yeah,
honestly, it was like, damn.
Yeah,
I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah, well, given that though, I have rode snowmobiles my whole life, so it was a little adjustment. Moto, and then I've rode snowmobile and moto all my life, so you know, I knew I could figure it out somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's really, really cool. I hit it on a really good day last year, so It wasn't icy and sketchy, so I think that helped the confidence. And then, yeah, it was really cool. I was damn sore though.
Yeah, that's the. I was just going to ask that. How did you feel the the day after?
Yeah, well, my knees and everything, like they held in fine because I have a bum knee like that I've had worked on twice, but that was fine. But man, I like yeah, it's just super bad on the back, and then just my legs, my hamstrings, like everything.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard like in a different way of motocross.
Yeah,
And like I like to say, it's like you can go fast on a dirt bike and be smooth, but on a snowcross you can't.
yeah, and that was the biggest thing, was obviously riding moto, you have to like, and supercross, you have to be precise, like hit everything perfect. And I'm riding around here and I'm trying to like double and triple things or whatever, just like perfect. And Nico, my mechanic, and you guys, you're all like, hey, just send it. Freaking hit the triple, quad, case, whatever, blitz that stuff, like, you know, just hammer.
You gotta pound it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna like break your wrist if you case that.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? So that was the biggest thing for me. And then I couldn't put my shoes on for maybe 2-3 days. Like I was so sore. I don't know why or what, but no warm up, nothing. Probably didn't help. I actually went and rode snowcross again this winter. I went up to the Labelles in
in Mont Valin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been up there?
No, I never went.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty far out, but like they have like snow cannons and like all the fun stuff, and they can ride as soon as late October.
Yeah, I think I went up there November or early December maybe.
Yeah.
And right before they went for their snowcross season down in the US, and yeah, it was really cool. I had a sled from Emmerich.
Yeah, from LRT, Legend Racing Team.
Yeah, they hooked me up full factory.
Full factory.
Yeah, drove up there, and yeah, some of the best snowcross guys, I guess, in the business. So Jordan LaBelle and a couple of his teammates, yeah, they're all.
Yeah, did you had the chance to ride with LaBelle and see him ride a lot? And
yeah, I rode with them all like in their heats and everything for the whole day, and yeah, man, I was just trying to like soak it in and learn. I was so like curious just what to do and how to do it. And I think by the end of the day, honestly, like a lot of them were pretty impressed, and they're like, dude, you better be coming back for the whole week. Like, go home. Megan's going to go back to work. You're coming back. Like, stay the week. And
they think you could make it?
Yeah, they're like, hey, go get a sled. You can race the local Quebec series. You can make some money. You could maybe win it. And I'm like, easy, guys. Like, I'm coming here for a fun day. I'm going to like, you know, and I know how I am. Like, I'm gonna buy a sled all in. I'm gonna like it. I'll probably do pretty good. And then like, that's a whole nother thing, like money wise, like supporting myself for that, like the injury risk. I mean, I would love to do it in the future. I think it'd be cool.
Like, let's say like there's nobody listening. If Ski-Doo offer you like let's say a $2 million deal to do a Isaac series, like, would you do it?
I'd do it for less than that for sure. $2 million, I'll be jumping, man. No, I think, yeah, like if they came to me and they're like, hey, we want you, let's do it, like for $500K, I'd be like,
let's try it.
Yeah, let's not even try it, let's do it.
Yeah.
No, I think like it could be it could be a cool future, but yeah, I mean it comes with that stuff too, you know, like you're in the cold, you're in Minnesota, like it's not like moto in that aspect.
Yeah, that's another vibe for sure, because like you're in the, I think it feels more like a job, you know.
Yeah, I think just living in Minnesota in the snowy winter, cold, and you're out on a race day and it's negative 30 and you're going to race and you can't feel your hands, and like they better get paid some pretty good money for that.
Yeah, but they do like 3-8 minutes and they're done.
Yeah, and they come out of a warm semi and they're all warmed up. Yeah, it's not so bad.
Did you see the Elias Ashul crash?
I did, yeah. Oh no, I didn't, but I seen he was like really messed up. No.
Yeah. I have like he's getting pretty good. I saw some video where he's in the hospital and like in their chair and stuff. But like for the crash he had, fucking lucky.
Really?
Yeah, and
yeah.
I have it on my phone, but it's pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
Because they put it out from every platform, I think. But I'll show you that after the show.
Yeah, you'll have to show me because I came across. Obviously, I like follow like what the Labelles do and Emmerich and a few of those guys. So I seen there like, hey man, like get well, and like, I know he's gnarly. He's one of the best. So I clicked on his Insta and I seen like, holy crap, like
Yeah,
he freaking did himself.
yeah. What happened?
Dirty.
Like it's with Francis Pelletier, which is a guy from Quebec, and it's like none of their fault to either guy. But basically, like I think he hit a ice block or something, and he just literally put his sled under Francis while they were jumping on the ropes, and he got the track right in the back, like the like worst scenario. And it, like as Francis was going down, he was going up, you know. So that really was the worst case scenario, and that happened.
Yeah.
So he's fucking lucky to be alive and walking.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not walking yet, but
Yeah.
at least like he feels his life.
Yeah,
Which
for
was
sure.
not the case at first time.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was not.
Yeah, that's scary. It's
Yeah.
always like your worst case fear, you know, and those tracks too. They have like spikes on them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's not a MX-32 Dunlop tire hitting you.
I
in the
know
back.
that's like a maybe a 50-pound track like spinning at 60 miles an hour,
Yeah.
you know. And Max actually got it was Valco last weekend, and not last weekend but 2 weeks ago, and Max got landed on like on the side, and I don't know how the guy did it, but he was literally like on the side, and his seat got all chewed up. Like I have some picture of that too. Like the seats fucking all chewed up, and you see like the claw marks on the on the fabric, and his knee brace is you see where all the spike, like it's like monster marks. You know, with the monster cans, it's like that, but on his knee brace.
That's crazy.
Like he had a CTI knee brace, and he has nothing.
Yeah.
Like no harm, nothing.
Yeah. See, I think that's one thing with snowcross is, you know, moto is obviously hard on the body, and same as snowcross, but the sleds are heavy, and then you have the snow dust they were explaining to me,
Yeah.
where you can, and it's dark, snow dust, you're middle of the pack, can't see anything. You hit a G out, like boom, your ACL's gone, knees are done. Like they have some crazy injuries because of just unexpected scenario. I was talking with Tim Tremblay, and I think that's what happened. He completely fucked his knee because of just the snow dust.
Yeah, just you was not expecting a G out.
Yeah. At least in moto, you kind of expect your surroundings.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like it's big sleds. It's heavy. It's the track, and the tracks are gnarly. It's like it's like supercross tracks, but on snow, and with like I think it's like 400 pounds machines.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big stuff, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I had a sled I could buy this winter, and I just wasn't really. I just knew like once I get into it, it's a big thing. You know, it's a commitment. So I think it's like almost $15,000 probably for a sled, and then all the gear and
you want
traveling.
I think it's maybe more like $10,000.
Yeah,
you can get a good one, but well, it's still an investment.
Yeah, exactly. Especially for the winter we've had out here. We've had like 2 days of snow.
Yeah, but when you compared it to like the people who ride like trails and snowmobiling and stuff, I think we rode more here than like the trails were open.
Oh, for sure. And who wants to sit on a trail and ride through the middle of the field?
Yeah, there's no fun to out there.
Yeah.
So, no, it's like I think it's a great sport, but I would like to see you like and when you came back from Montvalin, you told me like, hey, I have a ride and doing that. I was like, oh yeah, go. But maybe sometime.
Yeah, I think so. We'll go up there again. We'll have another week of riding, and everyone will try and convince me. And maybe one time I'll just be like, yeah, let's do it.
Just doing one winter and then another.
Yeah, honestly, it keeps you really fit, and I think like in a perfect world, like it'd be fun to train all winter on that. Could make some money, do some racing, and then you come in. Yeah, and then you come into moto season and like you're fit, man. You got big arms from pulling that thing around all winter.
Yeah, and it's big fun, and like the SCMX series here is really nice. You know, it's a nice series, and like payouts are okay. You know.
Yeah.
So and I'm doing it this year with Max, and yeah, so far so good. You know, and you did we talked about Supercross. You were pretty good at this.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you miss it when you watch it on the TV and stuff?
Yeah, it's it was a cool part, and I think I'd like to do that again too. Yeah, we'll see. Like, I did it back in my first Supercross was 2018. I did a couple as a privateer on a Yamaha, and then 2019 I had a pretty good go. I had a couple top 10s, made every main event. I think my worst result was maybe an 11th or something in the main event.
And you were doing 250
West
East,
Coast.
West Coast?
Yeah. Got a 5th in San Diego, which was cool. Almost had a podium. Like, I didn't really know because it was muddy and yeah, whatever. But I was in 3rd basically the whole race, battling right up there. And then I think McLarath and Jimmy Dakotas or someone got me like a few laps to go. So that was cool. I felt like it kind of suits my style. I really enjoyed it and had a couple of rough years of injuries, and it's kind of why I've just not doing it exactly at the moment. And I don't really have the support for it as well. So it's a lot of money and sacrifice and stuff to go and do it when I'm where I'm at right now. So we'll kind of reevaluate. I'd like to do some AMA National this year, and then if all things align, then maybe go back in the US and do some Supercross. And I feel like I kind of I didn't check off a couple things there with my Supercross career. When I was training at Alden's, I had a really good off season. I seen where I was with speed and with the other guys. Like, we're riding together every day. And
you were training with at this time?
Like RJ Hampshire, Dean Wilson, J. League Swoole, Styles Robertson, and then there was Cooper Webb and Moose Scan, a couple of these guys there too.
Like pretty much all like top tier guys.
Yeah, top tier guys, and I would see where I'm at with speed, and then obviously at the first round I think I was 7th in the first qualifier, and I didn't feel very good at all. So that was kind of a nice start, and completely torn my ACL, everything. Like, my whole knee was done in the second qualifier. I just caught it on a hay bale. I think Christian Craig knocked out a hay bale, clipped it with my toe, and my knee was done from there. So kind of all the work for nothing. So that kind of left a big question mark in my head for the Supercross part of it, because a lot of the guys that I was on par with, and speed was right there with them. They got multiple podiums that season, and I think J League maybe, or Styles or someone
they
like
did
won.
good for sure. So you think maybe like if this injury would not have happened, maybe you would have like be the guy, like maybe it would have changed something on your future.
It's always what if, right? You never know. So it's like, I'm really happy where I'm at with my career, but what if, I could have had that breakout season, maybe got some top 5s, maybe a podium, turn some heads. There's an opportunity. That's how Cameron McAdoo's done it for a couple of years, and now he earned his spot on a factory team. So he was a fill-in rider, and
there's a big timing question when you look at it.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be at the right place at the right moment and be prepared for it.
Yeah, and I've been right there too. Like, in 2019. I went through the first 5 rounds, ended San Diego with a 5th, and then it went on break. It went to the East Coast, and I got a phone call from the factory KTM TLD team saying, "Hey, we want you to come ride the bike. You basically have an opening. Are you in?" And I'm like, "No way." I just broke my collarbone yesterday.
Fuck.
And I was riding an outdoor track. We were on break. Let's go ride outdoors for a day, And went over the bars, broke my collarbone, but it was like, man, if I didn't ride that day, I would have had a factory team. I had that opportunity. So, yeah, everything happens for a reason, So, but I was right there, and then just to walk away from that, it's like it's a part of me that's a little unknown. So we'll see. Yeah.
And any thoughts on the current season? So it's been pretty interesting so far.
Yeah. No, it's been really good. You can't complain when you have the 450 guys. I think there's the top 5.
The field is like fucking deep.
Yeah.
When you look at it, like
unreal. Yeah. No, it's been really good racing, and 5, 6 rounds, and they have 5 or 6 winners. Like, it's
and AP doing his stuff.
Yeah. I was just talking about this the other day. How like, he just wins over the fans, AP, everyone loves him. You can't not like the guy. But it's not that his riding's any different. It's nothing spectacular, but like people just need to show their true emotion more and celebrate and like not care about being perfect and like just a little fist pump or like 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 dance, being more happy, like interact with the fans. That's what people like.
Being more natural and like even like when the beef with Anderson and Lawrence, like it's emotion.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on how it's been on the media and stuff, but it's emotion.
Yeah.
And people like that.
No, that's why we all watch. And I mean, it doesn't exactly have to be who wins every weekend, but it's everyone talked about Anderson and Jet that whole week. No one cared about anything else, but it's just little spice and things and emotion and put some heart and soul into that, you know.
Yeah, and I think like the Lawrence brothers are doing a great thing with all the fan zone and stuff. Like we need more of that. We need to sell, like riders need to sell their personality, and that's what the fans want to see, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. And who knows, maybe even in Canada we need to break out and be more like this, you know, like we're so stuck in just go race, make our money, go home. But
yeah, and that's what I had the same discussion with with some riders and with Dylan Wright. Like even at the provincial level, like riders need to show up and like be entertaining.
Yeah.
And you know, back in the days there were like guys like maybe GSR or whatever. They were going to a race and they were like calling the medias and stuff. Hey, I'm going to race there and there, and like just to
hype it up.
Yeah, hype it up, and it was working.
Yeah. No, and I think we should be doing the same, you know, like I don't know, even at a local like Challenge Quebec race or our Triple Crown series, like we should have press conferences. We should have like interaction with the fans, certain fan zone. I don't know, like maybe us riders need to be selling more merchandise or like doing videos or more like media stuff hype around it somehow.
And that's kind of what I tried to do with Moto Coach, and I start doing that with the snowcross. And I bring my camera and I go to race and I interview some riders, just to like nothing big. I just film them and present yourself and how your season's been so far and stuff, and your sponsors, and like people are loving it. Like in TikTok and stuff, like the videos are super good, and it's like it's easy to do and it's working.
Brother, you're TikTok famous. I see it all over TikTok. I don't even go on TikTok. I go on there, it's like Moto Coach
For You page.
Maybe you just post like 14 TikToks a day.
No, I don't. It's like, and I'm not that good at all programming the stuff.
Hey, good enough. I'm seeing it on my TikTok. I don't even think I follow you.
Yeah?
No. I don't think I follow your TikTok. I'll hit it with the follow, but no, you're on there. So no, it's what we have to I don't know, it's just the day and age now. Like we have to embrace it, and it's the older generation probably doesn't understand that, but look at the Degans. Like I mean, he's got he's a YouTuber. Generally, like I guess he's YouTuber. He's got however many subscribers, like
he's maybe doing like
thousands, millions,
50,000 K a month just of that,
and they're killing it. But he's got like over 1 million followers because he's a YouTuber, and it's so much attraction. But even Jet Lawrence is not, you know, and Jet is like a dream as far as the racing and like the professionalism and the personality and the how fast.
Yeah, he's got it all.
But he's got half the amount of following. He's got like maybe 600,000 followers, and Deegan has double that. But like it's just where it's going these days. Yeah.
And so maybe you should hire like a guy just to film you and do your daily routine.
I probably should. I'll buy a camera and just do some vlogging, or I don't know. I'm the type of guy I just like to work behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Show up, race, and make my money and go home.
But you know what? You would like hire a guy, like pay him almost nothing just to film you and edit your stuff.
I'll pay you.
Yeah, well, I'm not good enough at this stuff yet, but like some people would like, they like to do it.
Yeah.
And like you just need somebody to do it and do like cool edits and stuff, and you would gain like massive amounts of followers just because people like to say the shit.
Yeah.
But it's, you just gotta do it and put it to work, because when you it may seems easy when you see the video on TikTok and you're swiping, but it's a lot of work, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think a lot of people don't have the attention span even to watch like 2 35-minute motos on the app or on YouTube or whatever. But people will go and like watch a 8-minute YouTube vlog recap video.
Yeah, or just like a warm up and like when you do how you do your stretching.
Yeah.
Like people are dig this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing we need to see more in the sport, and that would bring new people. And like that's the reason why we started a podcast here in Quebec, just to be like, because we want to get known, like just for the sport to get known, you know.
Yeah.
And even the snowcross, there's nobody speaking about snowcross in Quebec, in Canada even. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's the national series, but snowcross in Quebec, there was nobody. So
Yeah.
try to do it.
No, I think it's a good thing you got going on here, and someone's got to take the bull by the horns and
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And about like the sports and the future and all the stuff. What's your take on the how it is in Canada right now, and about like the new stuff coming in, like electric stuff and shit, you know?
Yeah, I think it's good. Obviously, I think the Triple Crown series and stuff, they have a good thing going with their social media and stuff. And I think where we're at now, we just need a bit of a deeper field. Me and Dylan and a couple of guys in the 250 class, like we have some really good speed, and we show that when we go down to the US. But we just need some big names, you know, like I don't know, Zach Osborne or some guys like
Yeah,
this.
some US guys just
Yeah.
to bring the attention here. Like Michael Lissy was doing that,
Mhm.
and I heard him. I think it was in a podcast, and he was saying that he would like to go race here, and when he did, but like the teams would not hire an American guy; they wanted a Canadian guy.
Yeah, they want to keep it Canadian for sure, but no, I think to have a couple Americans in the series is not a bad thing, and
Well, I don't think it matters, you know. Yes, it's a Canadian series, but you can have like Dutch rider,
Yeah.
like Ken Roxanne is you ride in the US, and
Mhm.
like he's riding at his place, and you Prado, like
yeah, no, I think they have to branch out and have a couple big names, but also it comes with that like
the price tag.
price tag. Yeah, exactly. And I think where it's at now too is me and Dylan and a couple of guys, you know, we're going at a good speed, and we can get top 10s down in the US. So to go get a top 10 guy down in the US is not going to come for free either. And if you want to even go faster than that and get a Justin Barsha or Cincerello or some of these guys, like,
You don't have the money to.
no, it's 500K plus for sure. So it's kind of a fine line, and everybody wants to win too. So, yeah, I think some guys like Zach Osborne or just some good satellite privateer guys in the U.S. could make our series really interesting.
Vince Freezy?
No. He's came here. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, did you ever watch that Overton?
No.
You should
I've
watch
heard
Overton
about it.
2015.
Was it
or 14?
the time the shot with Kevin?
Yeah. Yeah. I think some French fans were throwing rocks at him. He was coming over the top jump. There's like a hip, and he just getting boulders thrown at him. But yeah, he also KB's brother, Carol Benoit, I think,
Yeah,
completely was getting lapped and just wide open, cleaned him out. I think
That
Carol
was rad.
Yeah, I think KB's brother was not allowed to race again or something. Like he didn't care. He works
Yeah.
at a car dealership, and I don't think he was planning on racing this whole series, but
Yeah, no, he did it for the
for the big brother,
for the back.
or little brother. Yeah. No, I think that would help our series grow, just getting like outside attention.
Because it was cool when there was a Britain. No, Millsap.
Millsap,
Millsap
yeah.
was there at some point.
Yeah, and then everyone tunes in. Everyone watches. Oh, that's the series Davey Millsaps is
Yeah.
racing, or Zach Osborne, or whoever. And
And-
oh my God, they beat him that weekend. They must be fast. They must
Yeah, and
be, like
it's-
have their stuff together.
Yeah, and it's often overlooked. Like I
Mhm.
think the Americans look at Canada like not much, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, so I think that would be good. And then, yeah, just not sure. Good social media.
Social media stuff and but I think like we have a pretty good series going on with the national, but like like you said, we will need at least one more round in Quebec.
Yeah.
I think it would only make sense because there's 3 in Ontario.
Yeah, and I mean Ontario is kind of always where it's been at for Canadian moto. It's been the heart of it, and most races have been there, but which is okay. But I think we need one in BC too, which there's not one this year. And then Quebec has so many good tracks to offer too. Why not have? I think honestly, to make our series grow, we definitely need a 10-round series of straight outdoor motocross. Make it legit, good names, bigger budget for it. And yeah, maybe a couple more races in Quebec. Saint Julie's good. Issoudun's good. Deschambault's like obviously a good one.
Yeah, of course.
We have probably 4 or 5 tracks that are like very good. So can definitely like add 2 or 3 in Quebec to make it a 10-round series.
And what's your favorite track here in Quebec?
In Quebec?
Yeah.
Saint Julie.
Yeah. You consider the real one.
No. Saint Julie is great on a good day. It can be really bad on a bad day.
Yeah, and I feel you.
Yeah. Like any track though. Yeah. Issoudun's really cool. I really gel with that place, and it's like where I go practice a lot of the time, and unfortunately it's like almost a 2-hour drive for me, but it's always worth it every time. I don't know if I've showed up and been very disappointed a lot.
Yeah, the dirt can be good there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of work there. And honestly, a lot of the tracks have been making.
Junction is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
too.
Trink's good. It's even further, I think. Though.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's far, and then.
But I like you say, you've never been disappointed. No. Like I never went to Trink and like it always worth the ride.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Tring is really good. I've only been there a couple times, I'd say, but the one thing.
Did you try Max Bike?
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, you went to Max Bike.
Yeah,
and it's often overlooked because it's like a small track and like no sprinklers and stuff. But when on a rain day, it's like crazy.
Yeah. Bro, I had such a weird feeling when I went there.
Yeah.
I pulled in and it's like a full rave, like rave music, like people are dancing. I'm like, oh my God, like this is no track I've ever seen like this. But the track was good. Yeah, it was a bunch of like super sketchy beginners that have probably never rode a track before. But it was cool. It's like kind of a short lap time, but it didn't really affect
like
it.
All natural and
it's like gopher.
More like in the forest. It's like you're like riding on the mountain, but it's like deep sand.
Yeah, deep sand, like huge hills, big jumps, like.
Yeah. And if you're not careful and you send a jump and like it's not where you think it is, you can jump in the wood pretty fast.
There's one like step down that I did. It's like it can be 50 feet or like 200 feet, and I just hit it wide open and went like probably 160 feet to the bottom. You know the one. You go in and
it goes up.
Yeah. I went like so far. I was just like in the air waiting, but that was cool. One thing I don't like in Quebec, which is just business, is how they have to do it, and it's safer, so it's okay. But there's always heats, so it's good for like a Saturday, Sunday when there's a whole bunch of people. But on a Tuesday when there's not so many people, and then they have heats, and then we can only like a Tuesday night, we go ride and can only do 15-minute heats, and then three ride, like we can ride 3 motos, and then we have to go home, and it's like, man, to drive all the way there, the track is good, it's so worth it. It gets rough, ruts, but it's like 45 minutes of riding, and for us pros, like I've talked with Dylan too about that, and you're almost better to go to a track where you can do your own thing, you do your warm-up, 235s, and go home, and you're there for like 2.5, 3 hours. You're not there for like 4 hours to do like 45 minutes of riding.
Oh yeah, you talk about like the total time span of it.
Yeah.
But and I feel like when you go to a track and it's like 15 minutes heat for say, like that's not enough. But like 320 is pretty good, I think. Yeah,
320 is not too bad because you just mix it up for that day and be like, doing 320s and go home. Not going to do my long motos today or my sprint laps or whatever.
Yeah, but well, when you look at it in like a pro vision, like maybe I get it,
Saying that, I'm probably the only pro there, and then there's like 75 amateurs that are paying full price and paying the bill for that place to be open too.
Yeah, and when like it's when you jump over a P dub on the track, it's not fun either. You know?
No, and I respect that, you know. So I don't want to be riding with sketchy people or hurting a kid or
like fighters will be pissed about you right now.
I don't want to jump over your head.
Yeah, when you lap me.
Yeah. Me and Remy do some motos out here.
Yeah.
You start like
I start first.
You start a minute ahead and I'm like,
hey, not a minute. Maybe like a couple seconds.
come on, dude, for a 10-minute moto. No, I'll put you way out front and then I'll run you down and catch you. But it's good practice for both of us and it's fun.
Yeah, and when you're behind me, I'm like pushing, like, you want to have me, piece of shit.
Yeah. And then you're just like throwing roost at me from St. Julie dirt that's like freaking rock hard, and I'm just getting it off the chest. Like, I need to be strong.
I'm riding my 450 like I need it.
Yeah, just double clutch and just wide open wheel spin up the hill for me.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
And what about fatherhood?
My fatherhood.
Yeah, with Jace and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's really cool. Yeah. So Meg, my fiance, she has a little guy. He's 5, and I brought him in like my own. Yeah, he's cool.
I saw you a couple of times with him.
Yeah. He's really cool. He's a little shredder, and we got him in like any sport we can, and he's skateboarding to snowboard, to skiing, to moto, to riding his Stasic, and just being a kid.
This kid is pretty spoiled.
Yeah, he's very spoiled, and I don't think he obviously realized what he has.
Yeah, he don't.
But no, but at the same, we keep him grounded in a way of like, always say thank you and please, and when he's a little older, I'm gonna make him cut the grass, and I'm sure his dad's gonna do the same. And no, he's good, and yeah, we really enjoy having him around. At the beginning, it was like a big change for me.
I
obviously.
guess.
Yeah,
You're like motocross rider, so you're kind of selfish. You try to do your thing, and like you're an athlete, you try to develop.
Yeah.
But now you got like a kind of a liability you need to work with, and he doesn't care at all if you're a rider or not.
Yeah,
like who you are.
I could be like a guy making $8 an hour or whatever, top pro rider. He doesn't care, doesn't know, thinks it's cool that I ride dirt bikes for a job. And he says, what do you mean you have to go to work? Don't you just dirt bike for work? I'm like, yeah, but I have to go do it. So no, it's really fun. And at the beginning it was a big change, and then now I'm just like, when do we get them? That sucks, we don't have them more. Can we have but it's a good deal we have going, and we have them like 50-50. So when we don't have them, we take full advantage of doing the road bikes and the certain things that is a little more difficult with him, and then when we have them, we just bring them and fits right on in. It's cool. And then at a day of a training or whatever, like he doesn't care if we had bad lap times or made mistakes or whatever. Like they just kids are there for the highs and lows.
They live in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that's not the best, maybe, to have a kid like 1 week out of 2 or something like that, but like you can enjoy plenty when he's there, and when he's not there, you can like get the full potential of it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, and he's got a pretty cool life. Like I think his dad's going down to Florida, and we're bringing his dirt bike down there, and he
have a pretty cool future ahead, and I think he traveled more than I had in my life.
Yeah,
and he's like
he went to Mexico this year, and then come home, go to Florida, go like I didn't even travel that much when I was a kid. Yeah,
and I think cool. he's mainly your French teacher.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's really good, because when it was difficult, I'd say, at the beginning, because he didn't speak any English, none, and I didn't speak any French. So it's like I have to have a bond with this little kid, and I'm here to embrace it. But how is this gonna work? Like, and they're like a little sponge, so they learn very quick, and it's good. We've been like meeting in the middle as far like. He teaches me French stuff, and I teach him how to speak English, and he's like the best teacher ever too. He like has patience that no one else will have. Yeah. He's like always telling me how to say a word, but I've got to the point where I can't have a conversation in French with like you or like an adult, but with him, like we talk back and forth. He'll talk to me in English, I talk to him in French. I know
that's cool.
Every term that he knows or wants, or like if he's hungry, thirsty, what he wants to eat. Teach him how to ride his dirt bike, like all the little terms.
Yeah,
doucement. doucement.
Yeah, that's
Calm down, man.
that's a really cool dynamic you have between you and him.
Yeah.
That you can like speak English and French, and he's getting pretty good in English as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's a big asset.
Yeah. No, I think it's good for him, and yeah, obviously for us, we needed to conversate somehow.
And no newborn on the way for you?
No newborn for me. Maybe in a couple more years. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, racing is a priority, and
You're
with
still
that,
young.
like,
What age are you?
26.
26. Oh,
Yeah.
that you still have
Yeah.
some good years. I'm 30 now.
Yeah, you're in that 30 club.
Yeah, I'm the vet
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, plus 30.
Yeah.
Gotta get gray hairs.
Yeah, I got a ton of them. That's why I keep it short on the sides.
Yeah, little salt and pepper is what we call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jess loves it.
Yeah.
Jessica, not you.
Other Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica loves it.
Yeah, there you go.
So any plans of retirement? Speaking of
No.
white hairs.
No, not so far. Honestly, like enjoying it, and I love the lifestyle, and yeah, we'll see. I think when that time comes, you kind of know, and for now, yeah, definitely not. I'm enjoying the process. I like the grind. Yeah, I truly love the training, like the mountain biking, the road bike, the run. Like I don't feel it as a job, so it's good. Obviously, it has its highs and lows, and when you're bummed out and you're hurt, and it's not great, but it is what it is, So I'm always looking to what I can do next, and think.
But like, do you have like things you'd like to do after motos, like maybe car painting or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I have a few ideas, but yeah, we'll kind of see. Like I've always wanted to stay within the industry and maybe have a bit of a facility, or take my knowledge that I've learned with fitness and bike setup and training and coaching and all this stuff, and maybe apply it somewhere and have a property and something along these lines.
You know what would be cool? Like to do a training facility here in Saint Julie with like electric dirt bikes.
There we go. Now we're talking. We have a supercross track.
We have a
with
business
lights.
With lights.
Nobody in Quebec will know how to ride the supercross track except for a couple people.
That's a dream.
Yeah. Well, everything's going electric here pretty soon. So.
Yeah, well, it's going there, and how you see it, like the Stark, and I think Honda's gonna release pretty soon like their prototype. Like I think maybe 2 years from here, we'll have like electric Hondas available. I guess KTM has something on the way for sure.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. I think it takes a little bit of the intensity and like hype and excitement out of say Supercross. Like if it was all electric, it's like you go to Monster Jam because it's loud and like all that. And I think Supercross is a bit like this too. It's the revving, the fireworks, the noise, like the intensity. But saying that, like, who knows? It could go all electric and be just cool and better for the environment and the law and the noise bylaws. It seems to be a big issue nowadays.
Yeah, but you know what? Like the gas engine are not like going away anytime soon. I don't think so. Like especially for racing and Supercross stuff. But I think it's gonna be like a huge tool to like grow the sport and get the kids progress.
For sure. And like you think in an aspect of for us, we have like a nice house with a garage and all the stuff to like supply for vans and way to get to the track, and we have somewhere where we can store our fuel. But what about all these people that are limited to dirt biking because the tracks are out in the farmlands and they don't have their vehicles to get there, and then also they have an apartment.
They don't have a shop or a garage. Yeah.
I don't know. You have an electric dirt bike, you freaking have no oil, no grease.
Yeah, you can just throw it on the side in your Grand Caravan and it's all done,
Or you could put it in your freaking apartment and lean it up against the couch.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not quite, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think like that way it's going to be way better for a lot of people, and who knows? I think like big manufacturers like Honda now are on board with that, and maybe that'll jumpstart. I mean, KTM, they seem to have like every other dirt bike you can imagine, and they got electric 50s and a new electric 50 that came out, and I wouldn't doubt it if they have something like that in the future.
I guess they have something cooking, so that's a sure thing, as well as Kawi and all those, because then the thing with Starkvar, like they came in like kind of out of nowhere, and they delivered kind of a good product. When you think about it, they build a bike from the ground up, and like it's good.
Yeah, and I think that says something too, because it's one thing to build a dirt bike, I'd say, but to have one that like the chassis works and the shock
that's
and
working, actually working.
Yeah, and not just a piece of crap that's going to break or like react really bad, because nobody wants to ride a bike on a supercross track and hit 4-foot whoops that a bike does not feel good in. So I think that's cool. Like a lot of people prove that Stark is very good, and yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
And you have a lot of fun on your electric bike as well.
Yeah, electric bikes are cool. And
yeah, we go to ride in at the mountain in San Bruno.
Yeah, low key under the radar. Some hikers are like, "What the hell?" Like try and catch us.
Yeah, but like those bikes are pretty tough, and and they are decent and really fun to ride.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I think it keeps things fun and entertaining. And
Megan told me you were just doing wheelies in the backyard all day long.
Yeah, I'm just a kid at heart. Yeah, building mountain bike trails in Mount St. Bruno and riding electric dirt bikes in there. And, it's cool.
Still kind of like you said, like a kid.
Yeah,
kid's heart.
We all are. We just get older.
Yeah,
we don't change.
Bigger toys and
more expensive toys and vans and all that stuff.
Yeah, you still have your Sprinter? I sold mine.
Yeah, I seen it for sale.
Yeah, I sold it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. No more van life.
No more van life.
Can't have free candy in that van anymore.
But we did a big trip. We went to California. Went to see Sexton on the KTM track.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to do with it, and I did it. So sold it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Get the money back.
Yeah. Get the money out of there and run.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I still got the van. I pulled a travel trailer with that.
Yeah.
Van's kind of my garage, and it's a good little setup. Yeah. I like it so far, and that thing is horrible in the winter, though. It's not a winter vehicle. So I have my truck out here now in Quebec, but try to drive that for the first winter. I almost crashed like 10 times.
There with the van?
Yeah, it's so bad.
It sucks on the icy road. I never tried it.
Yeah, it's horrible. I have like good tires, brand new tires, and I get stuck at a stoplight. Flat ground. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, sorry, guys. Like,
it's pretty heavy.
Yeah. Huh?
That's kind of because it's pretty heavy,
Yeah.
So I would think it would track more than...
Yeah, no, it's horrible. Yeah. But
and so I think that's pretty much it, and I think we'll have a lot of fun this coming summer with we'll have Natsuki to practice here with you, and I'm pretty lucky to have you guys to ride with,
No, it's gonna be awesome, and obviously a huge shout out to you too, supplying us a amazing facility. You got 2 tracks here, and it's always like you're always there to rely on. So it's super cool to have someone to mow down with. And
I love to ride as well as much as you do, guys. Maybe I don't go as fast, but I try to,
Yeah, you're there to
my best.
You're there to roost us and give us a hard time.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with what we just did. So thanks to Jess for being there, and thanks to D-Spec Motorsport, motocoach.ca, and Technicam Cobra to Quebec, and La Gabière for keeping me busy. So
keeping the buzz on,
keeping my English tight. So huge thanks Jess for coming in, and see you soon.
Sweet, thanks for having me on.
Bye.